Alright, welcome back to Renegade Customs. So, we got new stovepipe pieces. We got the stove set down on the steel. So, now we can hook the piping back up to the top of the stack. Get this started, let it run, because it's full of water. So we can get it to dry out and start cleaning the stove up and redoing some of the stuff on the stove. So, we'll get started on this shortly. Hopefully this all fits. I think I have enough pieces. I don't know yet. We'll figure it out as we go. So we got the other piece from the old stack, which is still good. What clips into this piece. Screws came out on this side, so I've got to rescrew that back in. So I can get this straight, so I'll probably have to take half the stack off on the top, just so I don't have that weight on it. So I can get everything to line up between the elbow and the other straight pipe, and then drill holes for the dampener. I'm going to use one of these. I'll cap that side so it just goes out and up. So hopefully we'll get this all settled. I mean, I still have a mess in here, but it's only in the bar back. I still have this whole bay. Got another car coming in later. So I want to get the wood stove going before we go back down to the field and go get the K5 chassis with the front axle and rear axle on it, because I need the drive shaft out of it for the buggy. We got one of the trailers disassembled. So this took me a couple of days. Just get the whole camper apart so I can get it up here. It's definitely going to need a lift for this truck. We'll do like a 2-inch lift on this so I can have a complete flat deck, so we can store wood and firewood and whatever else we're cutting to move around the yard and shit. Might be able to fit the car on it and move it to car shows, give or take. You know how that shit goes with one of these homemade trailers. But for now, at least I got this. This is out. We'll reset the crane, lock it in, go get the freaking truck after we get the exhaust all done for the shop. So this will be another project we'll be doing. And I fucked the tongue up, or the lip jack. I bent that when I pulled it out, so that needs to be straightened or replaced. So I gotta go get my drill and star bits, because those are the screws I have. Zip that back in. We'll take the top deck exhaust off of it, so it's just this 8-inch piece instead of the 20 feet what's above it, because that's just too much weight for me to move to get it set back in its position. Alright, so we got my drill, screws. We got the upper stack all apart, so now we'll screw that in. Alright, so we got our elbow in. We measured for this piece. So, made a line. We're going to cut it and go 2 inches below it, just for the slide coupler, what twists onto the double wall pipe, so we have room to be able to put it on and off. So let's get this one cut and get it in after we put the damper in, because that's the next thing I got to do. Well, we changed it to this way, but then back up. We broke the other elbow, so I gotta go get another one. Hopefully that will work. And I'll get one more long piece just in case, because I fucked up. Okay, I fiddled with it a little bit more. I just need another straight piece, so that's what we'll get. Because I cut this much off of it, but that still wouldn't have been enough, because that only gives me a 1/4 inch. I needed to at least be here for availability. So we'll get one more fucking straight piece and we'll put that together. Okay, I found another piece out back. So now we got everything hooked up. Just need to find some self-tapping screws. Grab my end plate. We can fire this thing up and let it roast. Alright, so we got all the piping up and attached. I need to find the end cap. I think I lost it. I don't know where it is. If not, I'll go get another one. And then some more self-tapping screws to keep this all together. So let me see if I can find the end cap. I know I got it. It might be in the truck, or it might be somewhere else. So I got the cap. I left it on the shelf at the hardware store. So I had to go back and go get it. So now we got the cap to plug this side. We can go back up top, hook the rest of the stack up, and get the stove started. Okay, so get all the piping hooked up. Added the other stacks on the top. We got our end cap. So we'll grab some firewood. There's some paper in there right now. We'll get a fire rolling. Then I'm going to have to do something about that hole there. But for right now, we need to get the stove dried out. Okay, so we got the wood stove going. I'm going to let this burn for a little bit. We're going to go down and go get the K5 Blazer and bring that up because I need the actual shaft out of it for the buggy. Because I broke both ears out on the passenger side, so I need parts. So we're going to go get that while this freaking warms up and evaporates all the water when is out of it. It filled up with water when it rained the last time before I moved it. So we're just going to let that go. Get nice and hot. Doesn't matter if it warms the shop right now. Just need it to dry out so we can finish the rest of the stuff we need to do for the stove. Concrete is finally dry. Woohoo! So we're going to go get the rest of the parts we need for the other truck. Take it out of gear. Alright, now we'll head down to the field and we'll go get the other chassis we need for the lifted truck. For that one over there in the widgies. And once again, the tripod light fucking fell off again. Fucking piece of shit. So we got the crane set up. Gonna try to pull this frame out because these knuckles are still good on either side of the drive shaft. He just spun the fucking universal joints out, and the main gear for this K5. So we're gonna try to drag this out. My batteries are fucking still dead, so we'll work with that. We'll get it out. Okay, so we gotta drag it out of its position. Winch the fucking reel in the rest of the way. We'll hook it to the bottom plate down there so it's centered. We'll just drag this rest of this fucking chassis up. We're gonna end up scrapping the rest of this after we pull the front axle apart. Okay, so we got to hook to tow hitch mount. Zip this up. She's struggling, but it's coming off the ground. There we go. Almost there. That's about almost it. There we go. Yeah, we gotta replace that top fucking roller bearing. Okay, so she's holding. Definitely off the ground. Besides the front. Yeah, fuck it. The way this truck is, we'll get it up and out. Okay, so let's go. avoid the mud hole. Dragging it up the hill. Oh, that was a little harsh. Well, we got it up here, so that's a good start. I can't go any further because I'm up against the other truck. So we'll just let it go right here for right now. I don't have my binders on to keep this piece completely down, but it was good enough to get it up here. That's what we needed before it started fucking raining. Oh, we broke it. That's why it broke. That's a drag. I had to re-weld that. It looks like the pipe bent in there too. What the fuck? Man, I can't win with this thing. We're really gonna have to do some fucking reinforcement from there to there to there to there to there, like, you know, from here to here. Do the whole fucking triangle fucking diamond thing to fucking hold that together. Because if that hurts it, you know, the logs I'm gonna be pulling out really gonna fuck some shit up. So we'll park this and then we'll check on the wood stove. Okay, it's a little smoky in here, but I expect that with the stove being wet and everything. So definitely feel some good heat coming out the vents with the fan on. So she is drying out slowly. I mean, definitely see we still have some water there. That means half the stove is still full with water. So this is probably gonna take a couple hours to get this thing all like situated so it's dry again. And then we'll redo around the top of the stack here and get the water plate in so the water runs away from it. You know, it still depends on the plastic I put on the roof because this is such an old pole barn that my old man built. I mean, this section used to hold hay. That was a horse stall. That was a horse stall. The back section here was for the tractor. This holds like 400 and something fucking bales. And then he had this whole side full of whatever the shit he collected over the years. So we never used that side of the barn. It was just a big treasure trove for me when I was a little kid of antique fucking shit he had stuck in there on that side. But we redid it as a whole pit. We got to about here on the El Camino. We still have the whole rest of the way to dig out underneath the car, support it, blah, blah, blah. You know how that goes with the pits. But this section works well for oil changes, exhaust, you know, minor little things, what you need to do with a lowered car. I just have to finish cleaning up the shop because we got this side done, so now it's just doing everything over. So we'll let this run for a couple hours, maybe all night, depending on the rain and shit. Still waiting for a customer to show up to look at her car. So we'll fiddle with this for a little bit while. Until next time, have a good night.
Tomorrow.